actually a bit before. A woman's coming of age was the one banquet she threw in her lifetime. Banquets could last 45 days and have over 400 courses of food and drink. If you fell asleep, you missed 5 courses, 2 desserts, and probably some entertainment. And the worst thing that could happen to a medieval woman is if her guests got indigestion from the food that she cooked. Think of what it would do to your reputation. So before the woman even bought her food, she would come to the apothecary shop with her menu and say, "Master Apothecary, these are my foods. Are there medicines that you have to stop my guests from getting indigestion so that I can safely have my banquet?" And I would say to her, "Oh, let me see. You have a lot of bird courses, madam. Pheasant, peacock, sparrow, wren, hummingbird was regularly eaten at banquet." I would say, "There is a potential that your guests will stuff themselves with this food, straightways fall asleep and wake up the next morning with indigestion, but I have very fine medications to stop that from happening. Take equal portions of parsley and sage, rosemary, and you have read the apothecary book by Master Simon and Master Garfunkel. You are well versed in these things." And you would say to me, "I know of their wondrous medicinal value, but they are also horrible to the taste. My guests would deign to eat them. How do I ensure that my guests get the medications that they so need to stave off the indigestion?" And I would say to you, "Madam Butler, take 4-day-old bread, the kind designed for the least important of your guests." By the way, your importance at banquet was dependent on the freshness of the bread. Although no one ate fresh baked bread, they thought the vapors to be poisonous. So half-day-old bread was the best you could get if you were the most important guest. But take 4-day-old bread. Now you can tell your status at the banquet. Take that down to the chef in your kitchen. As the birds do cook, do baste it with the oils and the juices from the birds until it becomes soft. Place therein at equal portions of parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Knead it with your hands till it becomes the consistency of a paste, and stuff it into the empty cavity of the bird as it does cook. So will the medicines infuse into the meat, and by eating them, your guests will partake of the medicine, and your guests, being a bit of the gluttonous side, will partake of it directly, thinking it to be a pudding, and thus be twice medicated. Now, is that your stuffing recipe? Of course it's your stuffing recipe. Let me tell you why it's your stuffing recipe. Parsley is a diuretic. It stimulates the kidneys to produce more urine, it filters the blood faster, and it staves off indigestion. Sage is an antispasmodic. It stops the churning action of a full stomach, which leads to pain, which leads to indigestion. Rosemary is a vasodilator, which expands the blood vessels in the stomach, that's why it makes you feel so nice and warm inside, and causes digestion to occur 3 times faster, staving off indigestion. And thyme is called a carminative. It stops the production of gas in your lower intestinal tract, which leads to indigestion. Now, I shall tell you that medicines like this were used all the time. It's why you use them in your stuffing. And your children do not like stuffing. Think about it. When they were small, they did not like it. Stuffing is an acquired taste. You know what they said when you tried to feed it to them? "No, no, it tastes like medicine."
Hey! Aha!